What?
Hey, that was everybody. That was pretty awesome. Holy shit.
That was, thanks, Kyle. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was thanks to Kyle J. Smith, one of the members at Raid Studio. He's an awesome video editor and composer, musician. So thank you so much for that, Kyle. That was a wicked gift from him last night. So nice little last minute addition to the show. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That was kick-ass. I'm good, buddy. I'm really good. This is crazy and weird, and I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm really
excited. It's going to be, this is kind of our first time doing this, and pretty excited, looking forward to this. Do you have something to ease the pain tonight?
I do, actually.
I got a little bit of tequila. Sponsored by.
I got a little bamboo rum. I love it.
Oh, nice. Why don't we pour ourselves a little bit and cheers the moment? What do you think?
I like your style, sir.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Anyone who's following along could join.
Yeah, join on in, have a drink, ask questions, get in the conversation. We don't know what we're doing, but we're having a good time. Oh, I see Gabe's already here giving us the love.
Oh, that's
all right. All right.
Cheers, fella.
You know, salute.
Cheers. Salute. Oh, that is delicious.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So what are we doing? I don't even know what this is. What are we doing?
No idea. I guess how this came about, just to give us a brief intro on why we're doing this. This was all Eric's idea, so I'm going to blame him.
If it goes bad.
And basically, it's an impetus. It's a way for us to kind of focus on our own creative endeavors. You know, get that time in. Really put in the hours on our own work. And because sometimes that stuff gets sidelined. It gets you get busy with contracts for companies, your day job, whatever it might be, and now is so like even just making a few hours once a week is a great thing to make things happen, right? And we all have these big crazy ideas. I know I've got a bunch, you've got a bunch. So, and the great guest we've got on today, Dax Gordine, has also been doing his his comic for what, 5 years now?
I think so.
Right? Yeah. You know what I mean? So
he's our first guest. I'm pretty excited. He's good.
Yeah, he's you've known him for a long time since college.
Oh man, I've known him more than half my life. You can believe that.
Shit.
96, I think we met.
All right, well,
right away, he's like, "Oh, Eric, you're so cool." All right, we can be friends. So
we can be friends. That's how I haven't done this. You want to be friends? Sure, why not?
No, he's a great guy. I've known him for so long and spent a lot of time together and worked at a lot of the same companies together and a lot of art career path crossing, so to speak. So, and the latest was. I was like, you got to get into Raid, man. Got to get into Raid. Your art's so good, dude. Come on. And,
we have a good family here. You know what I mean?
We do.
It's a great crew of people. And well, let's bring Dax in.
Yeah, I guess.
Come on, hey, come on, hey-o. Welcome, buddy.
What is up, guys? This is
doing?
Cool. That intro was sick.
How about a cheers to you, buddy?
Yeah.
First guest.
The first guy.
To make shit Mondays, guys.
Make shit Mondays. Cheers.
Oh, cheers indeed.
It's I gotta say, the Macho Man approves. I've known Eric for, like he said, a very long time. I think I met Eric more or less. We became friends. Because this was our fundamentals. I met this guy, and we were in the same classes. But I was very focused when I was in Sheridan. I wanted to be animation or bust. I was very focused. I came into the program solo. All these guys are in my class, and didn't really talk to them for the first, I'd say, half the year. I'd say maybe a couple months. But I was in, go home.
Wow.
Right. And I remember one day I ended up somehow talking to Vedder about comics because my dad does the comic distribution at the time. And he had a lot of like stuff. And my dad was getting me to like hawk. When I told him that Eric was like a fan of comics, he goes, "You know what you should do is you should take posters to school and sell them. You can get a commission." He's getting me to hawk his stuff. So basically I brought to because I found out Vedder was a Jim Lee fan, I think. And I brought like So I went to my dad, and my dad gave me like a little care pack, which was all the Jim Lee stuff, and there was a swimsuit calendar, I think, and all this kind of stuff.
That's a dangerous dad to have.
So I literally opened up my locker, and Eric came to my locker. It was our first real conversation. He's like, "Oh, I'll take one. I'll take the calendar." And then literally, then all I remember is us being best buds. It was like that was it. So.
Yeah, no, that was good, dude. Man, I still remember those days. I remember you gave me that really weird Jim Lee Sabretooth t-shirt that was like pink and black, like it was. Remember that thing?
Probably giving that away. Was that a bonus? Man. Was that a bonus, or did you buy it?
I probably bought it off you. You're probably trying to save money. Probably save money for erasers because of all the erasing you do. So it's.
Yeah, truth comes out.
I'm just joking, but I'm just joking.
So for all those that are just tuning in, Eric Vedder is usually a nice guy, but as soon as he gets a live stream, his head gets
a little bit
bombastic.
Heart. Yeah,
like his heart 10 times too big for the magnifying glass.
Okay, now who's going too far?
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a love fest.
So one of the main reasons actually we have you on here, Dax, is not only you've been doing what we're trying to do now for 5 years straight. Once a week, without pause, you put up a comic every Saturday, is it? I believe.
Yeah, every Saturday morning, 8 a.m.
8 a.m. There you go.
Well, I mean, I don't get me wrong, I schedule it for 8 a.m. It's not like I do it and put it out there, but I usually do it every Friday, and I pick 8 a.m. on a Saturday kind of to coincide with that retro feel of the newspaper, that you get in every Saturday, kind of thing. So that's just the time I pick. But yeah, I've been doing it for a long time now, and I mean, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say, and this week we're in the last throes of your Kickstarter.
Yeah, right? Man. Yeah,
you know what I mean,
which
that's
all about.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's been insane. The Kickstarter has been unbelievably successful, considering what I wanted it to just get funded and have a book. Like that's literally my biggest. I remember talking to you two guys, like on the people are getting an insight into our brains, but I was freaking out, man. Like I did not want to fail because I didn't want that to be the first thing, like for me, and I didn't want it to be the first thing for you guys if it failed. But within 36 hours,
man, it's like, because our goal was 16,000, and that was to cover printing and shipping and all the Kickstarter fees and everything like that. And sorry, there's like a fly bugging me around here. And that's a lot of money, right?
Yes.
So
I was freaking. Remember the conversations, the phone calls about freaking out about that?
Yeah, even like myself, like right up to the starting line, I was like, should we drop it like to 10 grand, like to take a chance, because whatever you don't make, you're stuck paying, right? And you don't want to be suddenly footing the bill like $6,000 extra dollars or something, right? So it was a lot of pressure to get this thing underway.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Vreen.
Hey, Mr. Vreen. Hey, Jake Crawford, Greg, everybody. So people are showing up.
Yeah, Jay. Everybody's here.
When I go to if I exit full screen, I think everything slows down for me here. So who's all here? Hello, Jay.
But, actually, why don't we Rob Kugler, who is actually our behind the scenes man here. He's the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. So we might call out to him every so often. But being that we're talking about the Kickstarter, right? Rob, why don't you throw up the QR code for people, and so they can if they're unfamiliar, they can make their way to it. Man. 3 days, I know.
3 more days.
48 hours.
Yeah, we got original art still there. We got some great tiers, and it's been a wild ride. I'm like super pumped to actually have this book in our hands, physically have it in our hands.
Oh, me too.
I can't believe 30 days. 30 days have passed almost.
I know it's ridiculous, right?
It's been an exhausting 30 days, but at the same time, a very good 30 days.
Yeah,
all the sharing and liking I've had to do, it's been tough. But I'm there for you, buddy.
You've been awesome, Eric. You've been very, very good. Integral is the word I would use. Integral.
Oh, all right.
No, it's been a lot.
Ramon, is your piece still there in the add-ons?
When I checked earlier, actually, my original was still there.
Somebody's got
might have a file of it, and it's listed at 180, I believe. And
nice.
It is still available. It's a watercolor 9x12 of one of the characters, Max, from is it Monsterland? Was the storyline?
Shadyville, I believe, is the place it's called. But it's Monsterland, it's close enough. Yeah, you're not gonna get fired for that.
Oh, that's beautiful! Look at that.
Oh yeah, so this guy's still available. It's a watercolor original, 9x12, frameable. Obviously, I think it'd be great in the kids' room, or I mean, any fan. I just had a fun time drawing this because I haven't watercolored in years. Everything's been a digital landscape for me, so it's even rarer to actually get a physical piece of artwork from me these days.
Yeah, that looks great, dude.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And it really, like I said earlier, when we chatted earlier today, Dax, it really kind of also inspired me because it's like not only is this Kickstarter something amazing, but this character was like, it reminds me of my comic Kookaburra, which I wanted to finish up and get done, and so I'm really aiming after the excitement of our Kickstarter and just doing this physical art again. My goal is to actually have my own in the fall, hopefully. So
that'd be wicked.
Yeah. So I want to follow suit in your great footsteps here. So
stop. Yeah, but for people that. They're upping me pretty hard right now, but I mean it wouldn't have happened without Raid and Ramon, especially kind of guiding the ship. So cheers to you, bud, and I'm glad it went well.
Yeah, I'll do my
I'm glad that it was successful.
Focus. There we go. Anyways,
keep cheersing on this bottle in no time.
Like Gabe said in the chat, he said supporting friends is so hard.
I know, right? Oh man,
Gabe's a good guy.
It's a good crew here. But
he said can you put the Kickstarter link into the chat?
Oh, yeah.
Rob,
Greg was saying he can't click it.
Oh yeah, here, let me do. Rob grabbing it?
Rob, he's got it. Yeah, he's got it.
All right. He's got.
So what are we drawing tonight, gentlemen? So what can you give us a run? Like, what's the theme of the show? I mean, I guess you did in the beginning. You said it's basically 2 hours for you guys to just kind of
just shoot the shit with
have
friends,
a drink, shoot the shit, and draw.
Exactly. Get ourselves focused. Today I'm working on a cover for Stillwater, which is my creator-owned comic with Chip Zdarsky. So I'm working on one of the next covers in the series. I won't say which one.
Eisner. Sorry. Sorry, aren't you nominated for Eisner-award?
Sorry. That was not what I meant. But yes.
No, I'm bringing it up because you're not going to say it.
No, but yeah, no, that was that I got that news earlier this week last week, and totally. I'll be honest with you, totally blew me away. I have a few friends who are nominated in the same category, whose art I look up to when doing covers. So just to be put in the same category as these guys was truly. So
is that what the Eisner's for? Is for your cover work, like specifically?
So we got the series itself got nominated for best ongoing series, and myself, I got the cherry on top of that icing was me getting nominated for cover artist as well. So
nice.
Yeah,
dude.
It was
that
just
makes sense.
a 1-2 punch of happiness last week. You're deep in you're deep in your cave, doing what you have to do, and you kind of just forget to keep on tabs with all these things, right? So
yeah,
it was just a nice surprise. Actually, it was Chip, the writer and friend of mine on the series, who brought it up in an email chain, and I was just like, what the hell, like, So
hey, Francis,
truly happy. Hey, Mr. Menopause. Hey, thanks, Francis.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, truly appreciate it.
I can't grow anything else, so that's why it's just downtown, not uptown.
Downtown Brown.
Speaking of legends, Francis jumping on the chat.
Yeah, that's a legend right there. We should have him on one of the future episodes.
That guy is way too good. Yeah,
he's actually working on a creator-owned series right now with Snyder, I believe, coming out through Amazon's Comixology.
No. That's amazing. He's working with Zack Snyder.
No, not Snyder. Oh man, I'm blanking. It's the writer on all the Bat books and stuff. It's Snyder,
okay,
right?
okay.
I'm just blanking on the first name. I'm terrible.
Well, I made a mistake. I made the mistake.
I did actually recently watch the Snyder cut though. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
No, I want to. I just don't want to pay for it.
I liked it. I was like, that's a lot of nice extra stuff. More Gal Gadot, okay. No, I just liked the cyborg story was much more interesting, and it just I'm a sucker for like just slow motion.
I am too, Vedder. I am too.
And dramatic, over the top stuff. I was like, this is totally fine, whatever. Like, I also know why people won't like those things or those movies, so I'm not oblivious to it. I just kind of like I just I put my walls down and I just absorb what they're giving me. It's like, okay, cool. That's what they did.
I'll be honest. Like I enjoyed it far more than the theatrical release. It still had a lot of like, it is a director kind of just a little bit too much into himself and not being held back. You know, like it's a little bit too much in some areas. Basically, what I thought from a storytelling point of view.
Sure.
Like my favorite is I actually saw this video the other day. It was quite awesome with it was like a recut. Someone had overdubbed it with Steppenwolf talking to Darkseid. Yeah. You know, when he comes up out of that obelisk, they're kind of like their intergalactic, intercosmic telephone. And he's just going on to like Darkseid. He's like, so I found the anti-life equation for you. He's like, oh yes, the Earth. You know, he's like, I can't believe you lost it because you know your whole army was with you. Your, you know, it's on a planet. How do you lose a planet? Like no one dropped a pin in your maps when you were here with your spaceships. Like, I'm obviously doing a horrible version of that, but
no, you're not. No,
you know, I guess.
But it was funny nonetheless.
Nonetheless, I'll have it queued up next time so we can play it.
I do love internet. I do love internet humor, like that kind of brand of humor that's like the meme humor that's come out of the internet.
Yeah,
is way too good.
Yeah, no, totally.
I take a lot of screen grabs of funny little memes and I save it for prime opportunities for laughs.
Yeah. So what's everybody drawing here? I'm just looking around.
Well,
let me pull up some stuff here.
I was doing.
Oh, that's me. We're pulling up my stuff apparently.
Oh, nice.
So we got some Stillwater stuff happening here. It's very secretive. You can only see so much, but this guy's having a bad day, whatever's going on, right? So we are going at it.
What's that, Dax? That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm all this whole thing for me is Arden, as I have the shirt on as well. Woo-hoo.
So actually, you know what? Tell us about Arden, because I'm sure some of the people signing in don't know or are unfamiliar with.
Well, it's quite a long tale of nothing. Well, it's a
because you have this epic poem that you wrote and illustrated.
So Arden itself is an epic sci-fi fantasy world. I say we as in Sheldon Carter. If fans of Warframe know who he is, he kind of came on and joined the studio, the Raid studio.
And he's co-writing it with you, right?
Co-writing, co-creating Arden. Our first endeavor was the Raid 2 anthology. Then we did Raid 3, and we're working on another one right now. Yeah, there's nothing here. I'm working on it. I'm starting. What I'm trying to work on with the purpose of Make Shit Mondays is like I need to spend time, like you said, Ramon. I got to put time aside to work on this because I get busy with everything else, and I'm like, how can I put some time aside and focus on art and get more stuff done? So
yeah, that's
kind of my focus. Going to be my only focus, really. Every week, and as you were about to say. I wrote this poem. Thanks, Sheldon. Yeah.
Was Sheldon in there?
Yeah. That's my boy. That's my boy. If I had something, if there was some writing, I could actually draw something based on the writing.
Yikes!
Fighting words. What's going on?
But I years ago I did a poem and I turned it into a book, which I did a soft little self-published thing, like 30 copies. It's called The Devil's Leech. It was a poem. I got inspired by reading Dante's Inferno and stuff. And I thought, I can write poetry, which is absolutely hard to do, of course. But I really liked what I did. And I did probably about 10, 11 illustrations to it. And I know, Rob, I know you're writing too. I know. It's coming. But this year I decided that I really wanted to revisit all those illustrations. And a few of them I sold as prints and stuff. I colored a few of them.
They're beautiful. They're very Mucha-esque, if I recall.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fueled my my want to redo them. I do a lot of work at Warframe. These Prex cards, they're called. They're like these Mucha-esque Warframe art cards, and that got me kind of thinking I'd like to redo my old Devil's Leech story with new illustrations. And so that kind of kickstarted that idea, which then led to, hey, I need to spend time actually doing this. Let's maybe do something together. So, and that kind of led to this. So it's a long-winded story of not much information, but that's kind of where where I'm at.
So what you're saying is 2022, you're going to be having the leather-bound edition of The Devil's Leech, fully illustrated, gold trim on Kickstarter.
Well,
no pressure, right?
The end goal is definitely a Kickstarter, probably end of next year. Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Bye, buddy.
Have a good night.
But Sheldon and I have a lot of stuff that we have to tackle and get under our belts first. And but we're going to be launching something in August that I don't want to say too much about yet, but we're getting there, and we got some plans ahead. And great conversation. We had a great conversation at lunch today about the new direction we're going to go and take and explore, and it's pretty exciting. So when we get that more fleshed out, I'll definitely be drawing on some of that stuff. Currently, I'm just trying to get what I'm currently drawing right now, and probably next for a little while, is I'm trying to. As you can see, there's nothing here yet, but I'm doing more talking than drawing. Like
you do.
Like always. Like always. I should have a Kickstarter where I just talk. But I lost my train of thought. But anyway, so probably what I'll be working on a lot is just trying to redesign these images and these things, those original plates, I call them, for the
no.
I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, I think I have 9 planned. I did some rough sketches on my iPad, but I'm trying to force myself to draw on paper again a bit more with this with this weekly endeavor. So
nice,
because I'm on digital all day long with work and stuff. So
yeah, same here. I actually, when I work on Cuckooberry, I actually do that purely traditional. Except for the coloring, but the line art is all traditional, and it's nice. It's like there's a Zen quality to it, which I don't get with digital, right?
Yeah, I miss the old medium of pencil and paper.
Yeah.
So
no. But, I mean, then when you do that, you miss the undo button, basically.
Oh man. So I got a couple of variety of erasers here for all the different erasing I like to do. So, but anyway, that's where I'm at with this. And when I have more, we'll definitely share more. But if you're interested in any Arden, for sure, pick up the anthologies. And
do you guys have an Arden website at all? Or?
I have the domain name, but this might be something what we're going to be. This might be tying into what I'm talking about in August.
Oh, okay, nice.
So that's big plans.
Very cool.
Yeah. So what are you working on there, Dax?
Well, today I got bullied into. I said to Ramon on our intro our Monday kind of launch of his piece on my Kickstarter, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do, by the way, on your live draw tonight. Like, no idea. And he said, well, you could do one of the commissions you have to do. I'm like, well, yeah, I would if I knew what they were. And he's like, well, you could do a Kookaburra piece for the Kickstarter we're doing someday. So yeah, I'm literally just roughing out an idea of.
I like how it's very complex. You went quite complex with that.
Well, I hate you because this. I mean, if I go through with this, which I'm kind of liking the feel of it, it means I'm gonna have to draw the bike.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
But yeah, I got just from looking at your first couple of pages here. I got a very Back to the Future vibe.
Oh, interesting.
From that, in the sense, or just think the whole like she's riding around, all of a sudden she's in a new place, and I just thought I could do a whole Back to the Future thing with the bike and stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing it now. Yeah. With Marty and I got you there. I'm totally seeing it with the goggles.
So anyway, just messing around.
Cool, man. Well, you got lots of time. I'm hoping to launch the Kookaburra Kickstarter in the fall, basically, for Volume 1.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I've been kind of, it's hard. I mean, I had Kookaburra was a webcomic I did back in 2007 to 2011, I believe, and then I've updated intermittently over the years. It's just unfortunately one of those things that it's so labor intensive to do the comic. Like, I love it, but like I would update 2 pages a week, and that would be almost 2.5 days worth of work when I was doing the.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, especially when you have to pay bills and all this stuff. People don't realize that sometimes this stuff just takes a heavy toll on your schedule. And back when we did it originally under what we then called and actually Eric was part of this back in 2007 to 2011 was TX Comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and TX Comics basically was our first kind of push into webcomics. And webcomics at that time were not what they are now. Like, there was a lot of great webcomics like Danielle Corsetto's Girls with Slingshots or PvP or Penny Arcade. But it wasn't a venue that a lot of professionals dove into, which has changed a lot. And at the same time, it was also not a place where you could monetize easily unless you were doing ads or unless your comic was big enough and you were selling merch or collections after a while. But that's changed a lot because people do micropayments now. You have things like Patreon, Kickstarter to help you out. Like, these things didn't exist back then. They were a new a thing that came in the late I think 2010s or something. I can't remember when exactly Kickstarter launched, but so the landscape has changed right now. So it's kind of weird trying to pick something up 10 years later because your audience has grown up. So I'm hoping I can find, obviously connect with the original audience, but also maybe find a new audience for that story.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And put it out there. Because I envisioned it, or I originally envisioned it as a 3-part series of books of about 200 to 300 pages each. So that's
nice.
A little bit crazy on my part. But I've since modified my approach to do smaller editions, almost with a similar page count of about 600 to maybe 800 pages, depending on how the story unfolds in the smaller editions. So it'll probably work out to be 4 or 5 volumes. But I want to do yearly editions that each produce a chapter.
That's cool.
Of the book, and use Kickstarter to realize that. So that's my goal here today. Even though I'm working on Stillwater, unfortunately, I am also under deadlines. But next week will be Kookaburra because I want to relaunch the comic, get it back out there,
nice,
and get people interested again if possible. So,
man, I don't know like in that last little bit you're talking, I'm drawing away here. Yada
Yeah.
yada yada. I don't know how many times I tried to zoom in with my fingers and then double tap my pencil to switch to eraser. I'm like switch to eraser. Oh wait, I'm not on a digital platform. Holy shit,
dude! when I delve into digital, i.e., Inktober, basically, when I do that, it's the same for me. Like you're just like, oh, I could get this line perfect if I could. Oh yeah, no, I can't.
I was like, I'm trying to zoom in on the face, and I'm like, why can't I get closer? Oh, because I'm a clown. That's why.
I remember doing a painting like that in the early days of digital, where I was doing a traditional piece, was like a painting for a client. And yeah, I actually literally reached over to undo a mistake I did with the watercolor, and I was like, "Oh, that's not going to happen."
Yeah,
time to get some white paint.
That is permanent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, Bob.
So you're working on a cover, Ramon, and then Dax is doing a Forest Folk Kickstarter commission for you.
No, he's doing an
like,
original piece that will be part of my Kookaburra campaign.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll do one of those too if you want.
Oh, yeah. You heard it here first, folks. He's publicly bound.
No.
No, I'm so excited. After the success of Dax's campaign, I know we were all nervous. We talked about this earlier, but it has blown me away, and I hope we can recapture that excitement. Because it's tough. You also realize that there is a lot of people who are backing the campaign who are friends and family and stuff like that. But I actually feel through, as much as I love Dax, I don't think he has 450 family and friends out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have like maybe a half dozen family members, maybe a half dozen or a dozen close friends. So it's great. I think a lot of people have actually discovered your comic through the campaign.
Yeah.
Which has been also awesome.
It's I think for me it's a realization that there are some people that are actually enjoying it that don't necessarily, because I assume that everyone who likes it is going to be like commenting on my on the book, on the website and all that kind of stuff, and it's there's a lot of silent partners, a lot of silent people, not necessarily like I base it on, what I'm trying to say is I base the success of it on how many views or how many likes, say, it gets on the page or whatever, but that's not the case. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that like it, but just don't, aren't vocal about it. So it was a nice surprise for that.
No, I think it's totally true. Like, I remember when Rob and I, way back when in 2006, I think it was, we had our webcomic Butternut Squash, which is kind of like a slice of life webcomic. And we did a print edition through a company back then called Speakeasy. And we were surprised how many people discovered it through the comic format. Like, they just never found it online. It wasn't a thing for them. They didn't read comics online. They wanted it on paper, and that was how they wanted to discover it. So it's interesting just moving to that new medium. And seeing, and then it's going to be even more exciting when your book is out in stores, on bookshelves in Indigo or something, and people are going to discover it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, truly excited for that shit.
No, it's been amazing. Like the support is just blown me away. Like, it's like legitimately blown me away. So,
what's next? Whoa.
Well, is that the doggo? Oh, there's a doggo here at the studio.
What's next for Forest Folk then, Dax? You're gonna have this whole this void of nothingness when the Kickstarter's done.
Yeah. You've been able to enjoy summer.
Yeah.
I'll be doing all the commissions that I have to do, which is a cool thing. But other than that, I mean, it'll still be just, doing strips, every week kind of thing. And I can't wait to,
Do you see a finite end to Forest Folk? Like, is this something that you've pictured ending at, like, say, 600 or 800 strips or 300 strips?
Oh God, dude, I don't know. Like, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure. I mean, it's. I was talking to Eric the other day about it, and not being alarmist or anything like that, but it's kind of like I don't know when, like it's going to end. I never planned for it to begin, so it's kind of like it might even be one of those like kind of things where it just kind of stops being. I don't know, but as of right now, it's not like I don't plan on stopping it. So
okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting because having read through the archives, I definitely see it very reflective of your life,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost like a weird personal diary. Like, there's obviously stuff that's pure fiction, but then I can see there's other stuff that's definitely a result of what you're going through in your day to day or whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to Carl, our good friend Carl Kerschel. Launched his Kickstarter today.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
For The Abominable Charles Christopher, which is actually one of the comics that premiered on TX Comics back in 2007 as well.
Yeah,
and he's Kickstarted today, Volume 3. And in his intro video, he was saying like how it's an avenue for him to explore what he's feeling that day, whether it's politics, family, hardship, work, whatever it might be. It's his kind of outlet, his most personal outlet to, get that stuff off his chest. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I see the same thing in your comic. It's just like, when life maybe turns or you're having a bad day or even a good day, whatever, you can see it kind of like the stories, that little aspect of you. And I think that's what makes it actually so beautiful, the comic.
Well, I appreciate it. And it's funny because now when I look back on it's easier to look back on it after 5 years and kind of go, okay, well, now that it's a thing, like the volume makes it a thing, right? So it's kind of like what I was doing was literally just where I find I'm most creative is just by flying by the seat of my ass/pants and, like making it up.
Hi, Steve.
Making it up as it goes along, right?
Ooh.
So what's up, Steve?
Hey, Joseph too. Thanks for that. Thanks for the BNS comment.
Mama Deadhead.
Oh,
hey, Ramon, are there any OG?
How you doing?
Mama Deadhead.
Characters in Stillwater. Was just wondering because of the Pride variant coming out.
Oh, that's I know Chip has some things in store, and I don't want to reveal anything, but we will be not exposing the wrong word, but some characters will be coming to the forefront that may reflect what you're asking, Sarah. So
nice.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin storyline elements or point out this character here, but we've got some things in store. So patience. But yeah, things are happening, so there definitely will be.
But yeah, no, I think I was just saying that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, just doing, just kind of pulling them out of the air, kind of thing, like every week, kind of.
Yep.
There's a nice kind of what I equate like drawing traditionally to, in a sense, where it's that kind of like happy mistakes kind of thing.
For sure, yeah.
And it's definitely, I can see how I didn't think I was ever doing that, but it makes sense from an outside looking in. It definitely does. It could be, there's definite snapshots of what I've gone through and what, or even, what memes of the world, just, it's basically life kind of thing. Right. Which is, it's kind of, it's a cool thing it just makes it seem like it's cooler than it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, we draw on that stuff for our lives, right? So it all feeds our stories. You know what I mean? Like whether it's a humor strip or a dark, I mean, I don't know what Arden says about Eric. Let's be honest, but
ooh, yeah, we got to get into that.
I got some problems.
That's a whole show. That's a whole show. But I will say this:
Mhm.
Eric brings passion.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, what he draws, he's very passionate about, which is something I try to take from Eric. He's like always he's very into what he's like. He wants to do the like. I find for me a lot of the time, like just kind of autopiloting, you know, and not always, but sometimes. And I just find like Eric is always, you know, when he's doing something, it's like he wants to do that, and he kind of has a passion about it, and I kind of try.
Yeah. I mean,
it's one thing to like talk and be excited. The thing is, I got to get doing. That's what this is about.
You are doing.
I know you're hard on yourself. I know you're hard on yourself for that, but it's funny. Like, you know, you did. I mean, when I not first met you, but a few years into our friendship, you brought art into TX Comics.
Yeah.
And on TX Comics, you did 80 pages.
Yeah.
And you know that was a lot of work. But now you're also the head concept designer at a huge video game company now. You're married. You have a home. You have baby bunnies in your backyard.
I do.
You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing how quickly your time is allotted on a day-to-day basis.
Those baby bunnies.
You know what I mean? And I wish we just had all the hours and all the days just tell the stories we want to tell. You know, but I think things like Kickstarter, Patreon, I know it's not news to anybody, but I mean, I think you're always nervous when you want to do it because you figure, oh yeah, that guy was just successful because he's got a bigger following, or he's got this, or he's got that. But you know, you never apply that to yourself. You're like, oh no, I'll never get that, right? So I think there's always that trepidation to seeing if you can actually pull it off. You know? Sorry,
my one camera went out there, guys. Apologize.
I'm
new to all this stuff.
It's not like you're drawing anything.
I got something finally. It's just me and my armor designing always.
Ramon, I'm gonna take a question here and relay to you while you're going. Mama Deadhead says, I know in Stillwater we haven't had any slowdown quotes, air quotes, slowdown moments. Okay, there you go. You can read it. To even talk about anything personal, honestly, haha, everything is still brand new.
Well, let's even talk about anything personal, honestly. Oh, you mean like personal within the characters? I know, like it's kind of been like a nonstop roller coaster for the characters ever since Daniel kind of entered the town. I would actually, there's a lot of unanswered questions that you feel would be answered right away because, you know, I'm not sure if you guys, I'm not sure if you guys have read Stillwater. I'm guessing you're supportive friends, so you haven't.
No, not at all.
But
in all fairness, I don't even read. I don't read like any comics.
I don't even know how to read.
Yeah,
this explains a lot about art. But the story is basically about Daniel. He's a young adult who's basically, you know, probably like in his mid to late 20s, who works for like did work for kind of like a marketing PR company, and he gets kind of drawn to this small town due to a letter from a lawyer regarding an estate and all this stuff, which comes at the perfect moment in his life. So he's like, fuck it, I'm going to go there and, get this inheritance or whatever they're talking about. And he enters this kind of landscape where this town, anyone within its borders just does not age. They're immortal. And obviously the people there want to keep that a secret, right? And they're willing to kill to keep that secret. So he kind of comes in and kind of throws a big-ass monkey wrench because he was actually a baby in the town and his mother stuck him out to give him a normal life. Rather than be an immortal baby, she wanted her child to kind of grow up. So but you figure, the characters would stop and slow down and, discuss a few things about what the fuck happened. Why'd you do this? And what's this? But ever since he showed up in town, it's been super nonstop, and the shit's hitting the fan, and there's a bit of violence escalating in the town due to the politics of the town regarding immortality. So, yeah, I think it'd be cool to see a couple of slowdown moments. Actually, there's a really nice slowdown moment in the Skybound X miniseries coming out. Our story is in issue number 3, and it actually has a really beautiful moment featuring one of the cast members from the series, plus a new character, and a cute 4-legged one. So people can hopefully pick that up and get like a bit of a nice slowdown moment on how immortality is actually affecting the residents of the town beyond just the political, violent aspects of it. So that was a really cool story to do. Actually, I just handed that in. I'm looking forward to Mike see what he's going to pull off on the colors on that thing. So,
thanks, Joseph. I'm glad you're here, buddy.
Hey, man, how you doing?
If my drawing looks weird, it's because the camera angle's weird. That's why.
It's very much survival, Sarah. Yeah, you're totally right. Like, the characters need that moment to kind of, and that's gonna, I think, we want to keep obviously things going ahead fast and exciting to keep readers interested, but as things come to fruition in the later half of this arc, you're going to see some definite some crazy surprises and I think some nice character moments as well.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. I need to get up my reading game just in general. I mean, like,
Chip has been killing it on the series. He's an amazing writer. He's actually also nominated. Obviously he's nominated for the Stillwater series we're working on, but he's also nominated. He's directly competing with himself for another continuing series. I believe, I want to say it's his Daredevil run, but I could be completely wrong on that. Sarah's on the right track.
Skybound X.
Skybound has been a joy to work with. They're a fantastic company. Such a love for the product. It's and I hate to refer to comics as a product, but at the end of the day, such love for the story and the creators behind them that they truly go out of their way to make sure we're doing the best stories we can. I think I'm going to pour a little bit more tequila. Oh, that's awesome, Dax! Holy shit!
That's great.
Do you want to just take over my comic? Do you want to draw it?
No, I don't.
Oh, fuck.
He's already going to be doing. He's already going to be working on Here There Be Monsters with Anthony.
Oh my god!
One day, buddy. One day, we'll get there.
Much work. There's so much work.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it crazy? It's like nonstop. You know what I mean? Fuck. Actually, you know what I have right beside me here, which is one of the coolest things we've done for this Kickstarter campaign. Sorry to keep rifling back to that. It's just been such a part of our lives in the past months. Like, it's just ridiculous. I was like, yeah, I'll do a Kickstarter and draw a comic and a couple of covers and like a short story. And yeah, that's not going to happen. But, it's just like my girlfriend has been super, super
supportive.
Patient. Give me the time to tackle all this stuff. But I know I'm pushing the limits, even of my own health. But we created this really awesome. I don't know if I can bring it up on the camera here. I don't know if it's going to focus or not.
Oh my god, the coin is amazing.
Yeah, it's not focusing very. It's not focusing.
The drawing did not make, or the 2D art didn't do any justice to your. The problem, I think it's the auto zoom on your.
I think I have the auto zoom taken off right now, unfortunately.
Oh, there you go.
it's kind of, oh, there we go. It's kind of just giving it a chance to kind of, I guess, grab it. It's such a weird little item. Maybe I should just hide my face. No, not going to work. Anyways, we did up these like limited edition coins.
There it is. Stay there.
For the Kickstarter.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And they're fucking killer. They're just
it's so gross how good that is.
Yeah,
and
each one's numbered. So there's 100 limited coins, and they're about 2 inches in diameter. There's a nice weight to them. They're like cast in metal, and they have a nickel plating on them, and they're so awesome. This one's got a filbert face on it for Dax's Forest Folk, but our hope is to do one with every raid press campaign. So,
and by hope you mean it's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm really excited to actually have a Kukuburi coin. I'm actually wondering who I should put on it. Should it be the main girl? Should it be one of the other characters? But yeah, I hope to have like these just be a constant little token of gratitude to our Kickstarter backers who come in and support our campaigns. Something you can't get anywhere else. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they're still available. We got a bunch in the Superfan pack, and we're occasionally dropping random ones. Maybe we'll drop one tonight after the after the campaign. Maybe at 10:30 if people are paying attention to the Kickstarter add-ons. Maybe we'll throw one in there and grab it up. Oh,
be awesome.
It's been super fun. All right, Eric. What have you got, Eric? See if I'll confuse me. Did they actually release it? Oh, is this your variant cover, Kalman? I'm not sure if they're being released yet. I'm actually as unfamiliar with it as you are. I know I'm still waiting actually on my copy. Kalman did this amazing cover for Stillwater issue 6, I believe it was. And what's going on with my computer? My computer's not cooperating. And it's killer. They have a nice gold embossing on the logo with a nice matte finish on the cover, and it is just gorgeous. Like Kalman killed it on on the cover. And
that Kalman guy can draw for sure.
He can, yeah, I know, right? We should totally. Wonder if I have one I can pull up here really quick for people to see. It's just a really wicked cover here.
I think you share a screen there.
I know, I just gotta find it. That's the hard part. I know we revealed it in one of our newsletters last month, last mid-month newsletter. So people sign up to our raid newsletter. They'll definitely get some sneak peeks on these wonderful covers, special things we have in our raid store. Like I was doing a bunch of signed, remarked copies of the Stillwater trade paperback, which a lot of actually Mama Deadheads, Sarah bought one as well. So very supportive. And other sneak peeks. So, and we'll be putting up some of the Forest Folk book once it's off the press and the campaign's over in the raid store as well.
Campaign's never over.
Right?
Oh, you guys.
No. Zen of inking. I find inking kind of this beautiful Zen thing. I could just chill out and let go.
I agree. I was talking to Joe on our live stream the other day.
Mm-hmm.
That I agree, because I used to have such a scared relationship with inking.
Oh, interesting.
But have definitely developed a love for it since.
I think it's a beautiful
very
thing.
freeing. Although I'm digitally inking too, but I mean, it's still, I really try and instill that. I really pride myself on trying to put a traditional feel into my digital ink. And I tend to do that by trying to not erase.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Whatever goes down, you just leave it, kind of thing.
Oh, okay. That's very bold of you.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do. But it's usually usually an attempt. Like, so I find that, you know, like I'll try not to erase too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to. I do get the feeling with digital, but I definitely get the feeling more so with traditional inking, because there is a bit of it's weird. You're concentrating on the line, but you're also kind of being led, like it's free. You're kind of letting go and letting the line work itself. But you also have to kind of be in this kind of Zen focused state.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's when, especially with a brush, I found. I used to do a lot of quill inking and brush inking, and especially with the brush, to have that nice fluid motion where you're kind of just like running your hand in this beautiful gesture. And you know, like once you make that line, you can't go back. Or I mean, you can with a lot of whiteout, but it ain't as pretty.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's one element you lose with digital inking. You gain so much with digital, but at the same time, you also, I think, lose an element from the state of inking. You know,
100%.
So, do you guys have any? This actually be interesting hearing from you, Dax, on this, because you grew up with a dad who was your comic book drug dealer. Who were the inspiring? Like, who were what comics were the?
Yep. My comic inspirations were originally I would say McFarlane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Liefeld, because he was part of that, you know, that crew.
Image movement, yeah.
Yeah. Jim Lee was huge.
Okay.
Those are comic books, and then I took a break from comics because I was really into. I dove into like Disney kind of animation stuff, and from there I got back into comics with Joe Madureira. He became
nice.
my bridge, because anime has always been a very, very big influence of mine.
Yeah.
Although it was more like, it's weird. Like I feel like such a poser all the time, because every time I say anime is a huge influence of mine, I assume everyone thinks that, you know, like I should be able to like be an actual anime nerd and like know like.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't seen all of Naruto. You know what I mean? Like I barely watch any anime, but I'm saying during my formative years, like things like Astro Boy.
Oh yeah.
And Battle of the Planets.
Oh yeah.
Right, like those cartoons.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons wasn't anime, but it was kind of like that fantasy kind of whatever. Those are the things that really got into my head when I was a kid, as far as inspiration like that. So when I see Joe Mad all of a sudden bringing that flavor into comic books, I was like, what? My head exploded. And that was like my renaissance with comic book art.
Oh, okay. What Forest Folk being like a Sunday Funnies style strip, did you read a lot of Sunday Funnies as well? Like,
nope. And that's the thing, right? Like I didn't read a lot of them. I didn't read a lot of them, but I did. I mean, like I said, like I had you know, when you're a kid, time feels like it goes on forever, right?
Oh,
so I think I was like every day looking at this stuff, but maybe it was like I went through like a 2-week cycle of like cutting all the newspapers I found, like going to and getting all this funny pages out. I was like, wow, there's comics here. Oh my God, this is so wicked. And then I cut them all out and put them all on my wall. So I had like Hagar the Horrible I really liked. I liked
he's awesome,
Garfield, obviously. Family Circus, I remember pulling some stuff out of that. Just basically just loving like that kind of thing. And I knew of Calvin and Hobbes, but it was really I didn't really get into, and I'd flipped through like when I was in animation, there was like, you know, friends that had them at the table, you know, like the collected little flip book, like basically the book we're doing for Forest Folk. The collections of Calvin and Hobbes. So I flipped through those, but with no real attention to detail other than going, wow, this is amazing. And then fast forward to 2015, when I'm, you know, all inspired and just fresh off of an Inktober, I just so happened to get like where I made Filbert and Thomas kind of become friends. I get gifted for Christmas the collection, the complete Calvin and Hobbes collection.
Oh, okay.
So like, and I wouldn't have bought that myself. It was just like one of those gifts that's given to me, and I cracked it open on Christmas Day with a cup of tea and started looking at it and just kind of discovered / really just discovered in general how amazing it was. And that's pretty much where the inspiration, like a month or two later, at the end of that month, I'm doing my first Force Folk.
Oh shit.
So it was basically like the tip of it was like the tipping point that made me go, I love this style. I love this kind of this might be a vessel that I can do my creative outlet. You know, instead of doing a whole, like, I want to do a graphic novel of this, you know, and having it be a big thing. It was more just like bite-sized chunks. Like I can do one page and post it to a Facebook link. You know what I mean? Like that was my,
No,
so
I mean, you couldn't have a worse inspiration than Bill Watterson, man. Like that guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Truly amazing work.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I grew up on that. It's funny because I grew up on that stuff before traditional comics. That was my bread and butter comic wise. Like I grew up on a lot of cartoons, TV shows. Like I watched a lot of science fiction. Like you said, Battle of Planets. I watched like stuff like the Buck Rogers and loved Hagar the Horrible and Mother Goose and Grimm and that stuff. And eventually Calvin and Hobbes. But I didn't actually get into comics much later. Even though I had a few European comics, which are these weird, also strip-like comics as well. So it was interesting to discover in my later, like, end of elementary school years, comic books. And not to say I had never seen one before, but I never actually became a collector and a follower of the stories, right? And that kind of opened up my eye to a whole new art form. Not that I considered it like an avenue for my life as a paycheck career, but I was definitely, as soon as I picked up the first few, and I picked up some horrible series early on. I mean, some awesome ones as well, like awesome stuff like Gru, ElfQuest.
Oh, yeah, Gru. Yeah, I had a stint with that as well.
Yeah, but then I picked up
definitely.
Yeah, like West Coast Avengers was one of my first series, and I was like loving it. And I look back on it going, oh my god, the art's horrible. just some bad stuff in there, but you're just like, you're so caught up in the moment with these characters, right? You just love it. You know, a good writer is a good writer, you know?
Yep.
And a good story is a good story. Kalman bonded with his dentist over Battle of the Planets. That's wicked.
Nice.
I love that series so much. Like I remember playing in the playground, you know?
Yeah, I pretended I had a yo-yo that exploded. Like,
so who was your favorite? Who was?
Well, mine was the guy with the boomerang, but I didn't even know the characters' names. But like, I knew he threw a boomerang, and the girl threw the yo-yo, and like, and here's the thing, right? This just goes to show.
Yeah.
I probably only saw 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
But it was such an, like, it literally,
impact.
It was such an impact.
Yeah.
You know, just how, like, wow, these like the characters are moving so dynamic. Like of course I couldn't even say dynamically back then, but just, you know how your brain knows that it's different. And I love the timing of things like Astro Boy and the whole, like, I remember feeling that the only episode I really remember, there was like I don't know if it was the end of season 1 or whatever it was. I'd like to rewatch it actually, but it was basically he fought. Normal Astro Boy was just very like save. From what I remember, it was probably just very PG and save people from trees and all that kind of stuff, right? But there was like I remember there was a couple of episodes, or maybe even just one episode, where like he was fighting these, like, you know, big robots, and he actually had to, like, there was some actual gravitas to it. Yep. And I feel like he actually got hurt and he almost died or something like that at the end, like sacrificing himself, like an Iron Giant kind of moment.
Okay.
And as a kid, it was my first experience with going, that was deep in a sense of like that mattered what I just saw.
Yeah.
And I just tried. It was, and of course the action was just, you know.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
You never watched Battle of the Planets?
No, this is the Thundercats, man.
Thundercats.
I watched Thundercats too.
And Silverhawks. I don't know if you guys remember Silverhawks.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
Silverhawks, definitely remember that too.
Yeah.
What was the other one where the what's it called? Where they had the not Care Bears, but it came from their chest armor and shot forth Visionaries. Is Visionaries?
Visionaries. Yeah, the toys had the holographic chest, right?
Yeah, that was always.
Yeah.
I didn't see a ton of that, but I was like, that is some cool
I remember watching a few of those. Yeah, I was a little bit older when those came out. But yeah, Battle of the Planets for me was like Tiny and Keop were my go-to guys. For some reason, I always chose the weirdo characters. Maybe I'm a weirdo character. Like on Star Wars, I love Chewbacca. Thunder the Barbarian, I loved Ukla the Mock. Like all these just weird sideline monsters with big hearts or whatever it might be. But yeah, I love that stuff growing up. And dead silence.
And then there was silence.
I'm just busily laying in texture on this cover. It's like repetitive motion. Oh, dude, that's great, man. Just looking at the picture of Nadia. That's wicked. Damn it, we're just going to buy each other's arts. What's going to happen? So then, if you didn't watch that stuff, Eric, what did you watch? Like, what were your...
Well, Thundercats was huge. I mean,
yeah.
And as far as cartoons, like that's all. Like that was, G.I. Joe, stuff like that. But
have you seen the new Thundercats? The super cartoony. Oh, it's awesome. The animation. I mean, it's a complete 180-degree turn from the one we grew up on.
Sure.
But the guy creating it, the showrunner, he's a massive fan of the original. And he never, like, I was watching an interview with him, and he didn't want to repeat it. But it's just this great, quirky, almost humoristic, lighthearted version. Like, if, I'm trying to think something to compare it to, but it's just so weird. You should check it out if you can, even just see the art style. It's so
I think I did see, like, I'm having a faint memory of seeing the artwork.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the main thing. Trying to think of anything else cartoon-wise, like.
Or were you more like a live-action person? Did you just get caught up in
like
Captain Power?
No. We didn't have a lot of stations.
Well, neither did I. I think we had like 2 or 3, and then when cable came out, you're like, you saw the same repeated movies every day or something.
Yeah. But as Dax was saying, I got into anime and stuff like before college hit. With Joe and the guys at home in St. Catharines.
Did you guys watch like Cream Lemon or Bubblegum Crisis? Or...
Oh yeah, big Mazumune Shiro fans, right? So, or Shiro Mazumune, however you say it. Oh, look at that. That's funny.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh man,
I love it. It's so good.
Definitely different.
Yeah. Definitely different.
But like, I think when we were in college, Dax, it was like Evangelion kind of took.
Oh yeah. I think you got me into that actually, Evangelion.
Oh man, that's so cool stuff. That stuff, man. And
you guys watch like Aeon Flux on MTV.
Oh yeah, huge Aeon Flux fan.
I never got into Aeon Flux.
Oh, that's so cool. And there was that. What was that other cartoon? It was also on like MTV. It was like a woman. She was all in black. She had a red inside of her cape. Oh man!
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
And it was like this really quirky animation style, but I loved it. I couldn't.
I remember. I know what you're talking about. Of course, I'm not helping because I'm
no. That's my life. You know that character from that thing. Yeah.
I totally know that character from that thing you're talking about. Yeah.
This is great. This is great for a video podcast. I was like, just. Guess what they're talking about because we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Ghost in a Shell was a huge influence on me. It's one of my all-time favorite films, like films in general, even compared to live action. It's up there in my top 10, like the anime of it. Yeah. I got tons of books up here on it. I kind of collect Ghost in the Shell, which is hilarious, but again, that's Mazumune, Shiro Mazumune, of course, right? and his Intron Depot stuff. That's what I got into at first. When I saw that,
I don't know that. What's that?
the Intron Depot,
Mm-hmm.
it's all this stuff here. Let me pull it off the shelf. This stuff.
Oh yeah, Cyber 6. Good research, Rob. Good research. Love that series.
You've seen this, right, Ramon?
I think I've seen that. I'm not sure what it is though. It's like
Yeah, it's this bubble tech and these
okay.
sexy women inside these robots and
Okay.
but the art is superb.
I'll have to check that out. I'm not familiar.
And but the Ghost in the Shell movie, I was just floored by. I love the snipers and the helicopter, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's so cool. So Cyber 6 was fire, says Joe. Joe Vereen.
Joe Vereen's in the house.
Joe Vereen.
Maybe we should have Joe Vereen's on camera. He loves being on camera so much.
He does.
Have him up.
He loves it.
Don't blow all your guest hosts in one show. He's next week or the week after that. You got Kalman you got to go to. You got.
Oh no, I'm not saying right now. No, he's not. He's not ready.
He's not ready.
He's not ready. He's not ready for this. We're so organized here. He's not ready.
Joe Vereen comes from a long lineage of live streamers. He understands how it works.
I'm just actually seeing Michelle's comment on Cyber 6's arm hair. And it's hilarious that she mentions that because I stole the way the arm hair was drawn from that for our comic in Butternut Squash. Our character Vince had arm hair exactly. I exactly stole it from that series. And
isn't that the hair that's like this, where if the arm's like so, the arm hair is like this?
Yeah, exactly, like big chunks. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
That's what's his name. Carlos Meglia was a comic artist that I saw that first time.
That's right. Yeah, I remember
that guy was a very when I would dip in and out of comics as reference, and that was one where I literally picked up all his. He went because I think he was doing Spider-Man.
He did Spider-Man. I remember you grabbing all that stuff.
Yeah, and then he did Monster World, which was I don't know if it was his own IP or it was some kind of.
I remember Monster World. Yeah.
It was a bunch of kids, right? Actually, Vedder, that was when I brought all that to IRD1 days, and I remember sitting and drawing. And I basically started. That was the genesis of my quote unquote Dax's chibi kid head style. As I was literally trying to copy that guy's, very angular kind of jawline and stuff like that.
What was this thing you just mentioned? The 1 days.
IRD1 days. It was when
that's the
St. Catharines
first video game company we tried to start back in St. Catharines.
Oh, okay.
And Joe Vereen's basement, Joe Vereen's mom's basement. A lot of memories there. A lot of crazy ideas.
Basement.
Good times. And that was quite something.
That's awesome. Is
that Rob?
Hey, there you go. Yeah, you gotta zoom in on that a little bit, Rob, but exactly it. I kind of want to. That's another omnibus I'd love to do is to collect our webcomic Butternut Squash. We did about 200 strips almost, and it was so fun to do. It's so sad we ended it so prematurely.
Well, the great thing about it is you could just start it up again, can't you?
That's true. The new adventures of me paying taxes and mowing the lawn. And thrilling, riveting stuff, Eric.
Tell us more.
Tell us more indeed. Have you guys been watching the new, speaking of cartoons and stuff, the Bad Batch cartoon at all on Disney Plus?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
Yeah, it's not as good as the animation is beautiful. I'm one of the people that knocked and made fun of the Clone Wars cartoon, saying how stupid it looked.
I couldn't get into it, man. I've tried. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I couldn't.
Me too. And I had a hard. And then you know what? I actually just knuckled down and persevered through the first season, which started off a bit weak, but by the end of it, I couldn't stop watching it. I watched that thing nonstop, all 9 seasons or whatever it is, 7.
Interesting.
I couldn't get enough because it just got better. The animation, the storylines they were so well developed storylines, and it was definitely not a show aimed at kids. It definitely grows up after season 1. And so yeah, if you give it a chance, maybe again one day when it's raining outside, just
only when it's raining outside.
Only when it's raining outside, not when it's sunny.
Yeah, not if it's light. Fuck it.
When you're feeling blue and it's raining outside, give it a go.
Give it a go. Oh, Eric's actually got art. Oh, what's this?
Oh, I'm exploring the Dragoneer. I love, as Dax knows, and you know, I love designing armor.
Yeah,
I just wish I was better at it. Just trying to get better.
Oh,
and better.
give me a
Oh, shut up! Your armor's
my god!
No.
If I wish I was better drawing armor.
All right. Never mind.
All I draw is armor. I wish I was better at drawing armor.
That thing I draw all the time.
Anyway.
So what's the Dragoneer? What is it? Tell us more. Is this?
Well, this is one of the plates for the Devil's Leech. There's the Dragoneer, the Archer, and the Wolfborn. So initially it was Celeste, but I've changed the idea of this because it's more of a myth and a legendary tale that has huge repercussions and in the world of Arden. And we'll dive more into that. But I want to redesign it because I like the initial ones. I think I sent Rob a bunch of that art. I don't think we got it in on time to show, but that's some of my older prints and stuff. But Dax was making fun about how many.
Sorry, I'm laughing because the inside joke, like
what?
Vedder supplied about 1,000,001 pieces.
I mean,
of
I
art.
could probably pull some of these up here. I think I know exactly where he put them here.
I'm not making fun of the art. It was just more like it was
like 1,000,000
volume,
pieces.
The volume, yeah.
This will be Dax's last time on the. Say your piece, buddy. This is it. Stop it, Eric.
Say it.
Let's see if I can call it up here.
So I'm very inspired by the work done in Monster Hunter, and I love Final Fantasy. All that armor design. It's just so inspiring, and I'm just trying to capture some of those things.
So let's see here. I got maybe a piece here. Maybe I'll pull it up here. This is one of them here. Really nice, actually. Wrong buttons here.
Oh, that's geez, that's old school. That's from Udon Vent. Yeah, they.
That's really nice.
Tried to publish our own characters and storylines, and that's like the first published art and stuff. And I got the book here, and that's probably not 2000.
That's beautiful. It's great to see you. Like when you put effort in, it's really nice. It's a really beautiful thing.
Ouch.
I know.
I'm kidding.
I know.
I'm not sure that's what you meant by that, but
I just want to know. You said, when did you draw this? You said.
Oh, geez, probably 2003, 2004.
So was this a premonition of your future? The sky hit the bottom. That's
oh my
you.
God, yeah, that is you. Holy shit.
Hang on. Can I do it?
Like, come on. Like, look at this.
Oh my God, that's crazy, dude. Yeah. You need to recolor that and put the gray down the stripe.
I'll put a raid hat on, but it's like fantasy styles. Anyway, so well, is that better?
A lot of blood happening.
This is all the that's the reverse
TX stuff.
That's the reverse order of the story, but yeah, that's I just put it in like a little story section of those are the pages I was doing weekly for a little bit. So
yeah, I remember that.
But that was the very first one, the very first image.
That looks very different. Her armor looks very different. Like it's very Moebius for some reason. I'm seeing here.
It's very crappy. It needs to be redone.
Yeah, and these are some of the plates you're redoing now. You said. Yeah,
so these are the three characters from the storyline. The Dragoneer is this one, the Archer and the Wolfborn, and I want to revisit all of these designs.
I mean, this is a beautiful. I mean, like I see nothing wrong with this. I think this is gorgeous.
No, I like them for sure. Don't get me wrong, but I always want to kind of just push stuff, and I also like through working on those Prex cards with Warframe.
Yep.
I've kind of learned a different way of kind of rendering and doing things that I'm looking forward to like bringing that to Arden, and also as a way to like challenge myself and do just increase my my output and the quality of what I'm doing. So
gotcha.
Because as you so nicely said, when I actually try.
I did not say that, buddy. I would never say that to you.
I like giving Eric a hard time.
And he should. Man, I need to have way more stuff done. That's all good. We'll get there. But I got a great writer, a great creative brother for life in Sheldon, and we got some big stuff planned. And Raid's going to help out. All you guys are going to do drawings for it. I'm going to see all your armor designs. So free of charge.
Interesting. Okay, I'm excited.
So, but I got to lock down these designs so you guys can draw them well, right? So
it's true. We need our turnaround sheets.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
I like doing those actually.
If you want turnaround sheets, you got to get Joe.
Yeah.
Joe is your guy.
Oh yeah.
Is he?
Oh, he's awesome. Oh yeah, the multiple
billions of
Balto redesigns, they're all beautiful.
Yeah.
And he just should release them all in a Balto turnaround book.
It should just be the big book of Balto, really, at the end of the day.
Exactly.
That's all it should be.
Yeah.
That's all there needs to be right now.
Yeah.
Like that's literally all there needs to be.
That's like probably 1,000 pages right there.
Oh, look, there's some hard eyes from Sheldon. Good man. Oh, sad. Oh, angry face. Oh, you know what? This calls for a little increase in my bamboo rum.
Yeah, you got a nice question here from Joseph regarding your secondary layer you're doing here, Dax. Actually, are you working in clip or you're clip, right?
Yeah, I'm clip. Yeah,
me too. Are you considering this another pencil layer?
Oh yeah, this is like I'm just literally not committing right now, so I'm just kind of doing this for the show. But a lot of times, if I'm doing a piece that I know I want, like my roughs don't necessarily always translate very well. Like I tend to here's the first. Like I mean, look at the difference between that face.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, like just like if you look at the actual shapes, they're terrible, right? Like let's put a like if I do a line around here, it's like right, like that's not working at all, and the nose is over here, and the mouth is here, right?
That's good stuff there, Dax.
That's fantastic. This is key drawing right here.
Done. I love it.
So, but play back the clip where Ramon said this was amazing. So then you had like one here where I'm starting to tie it down and kind of figure things out a little bit. Yeah. And then now I'm just kind of this line actually started as just redoing this hand.
Nice
over here.
Yeah. I'll do the same thing. I'll have like different layers for different things as I lock down the design or the art piece. So you'll have some layers that just might have a refined hand or an elbow or something on it.
Yeah. So as you can see, I was having some trouble with the hand over here. Like it was let's get this back on here.
Yeah, it looks cool, Dax. I love seeing the process too.
Yeah, this is like the hand, which I was trying originally, it was something more like this, and then this here, and then like this.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get that open more of and then I started going, well, I like the open pinky here, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that's
here goes my anatomy lesson today.
And then I went with this. It's not necessarily as it's somewhere in between, where this one's more of a stylized version because it's not really lifting the goggles that much, but it's selling the pose.
Oh yeah,
better,
for sure. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%. Totally see it. No, it's actually interesting because I remember growing up, I used to see a lot of when I say growing up, I mean like in my early career.
Growing up.
I remember seeing
just
a lot
how
of
old are you, Ramon?
I know. I'm like a Methuselah. I'm like a vampire.
Back in '62, when I
really Raid is just where I collect the youthful energy, and I just like a vampire, just sucking away and keep young. But that's a weird. I don't know what the fuck that was. But I remember seeing a lot of European artists. They would do kind of what we do right now with all these layers in Photoshop. They would do it like on tracing paper. And I was always amazed, just the state of refining they would do constantly with these like layers of tracing paper or onion skin. And I'd always be like, wow, I want to do that, but it looks just so labor intensive. And now we're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
In layers but obviously it makes it way easier. You're not like having to shift around multiple taped pieces of paper on an artboard or something on a light bulb, right? But it's funny how things change and technology brings these advancements, but it's kind of just a refining of old school ways.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I remember when, I was really struggling when I came out of, because when I went to Sheridan, I was such a traditional diehard. Like I was like, fuck Pixar, man. They're making 3D. But no, man. No. Right? Like, I want pencil animation only. Like, and so I was like, no, I'm not going to, by humbug, not going to learn digital and stuff. But when, I'll never forget, that's funny, because I did 100% forget where I'm getting this from. But I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
I forgot.
I forgot. But I was somebody saying like it's just a tool. It's like it's just the evolution of a tool.
No, exactly.
Right? You have to. You still. I mean, all this stuff still applies. It's just a different way of doing it.
All your fundamentals still apply.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
So like the what gravitated me towards digital drawing once the Cintiq was working. Or like once there was a Cintiq, and I remember going over to Joe's and trying his, I was sold from that moment. I'm like, I can do this. Because before that, I was trying to do what everyone else was doing, which was the Wacom tablet. So like the
separate one, right?
Graphire one or whatever it is, where your hand's down here, and you're like, I couldn't do that. Like best case scenario, I did a rough that way. Yeah, but I couldn't clean anything up like that. So once it went to you can draw on the Cintiq. Yeah, I knew my drawing for me was changed because it was all the things I hated about traditional went away, right? That's why I'm a digital guy. But I just
it's funny. Like you start. I don't know if you did this. I started in stages. Like I started to first bring in digital just for like coloring and corrections, and then on I believe it was John Carter of Mars, I did all my layouts digitally and printed them out. And then the next book I did, whichever, I can't remember what that was after that. It might have been X-Men or Spider-Man. But then I printed out my pencils in ink traditionally. And then it wasn't until I think Hawkeye series where I inked digitally. It was like this gradual weird immersion because I wanted to keep the traditional. I love the brush, but every time the programs advanced and once Clip Studio showed up, that was the game changer for me. Like back originally it was called Manga Studio. You would get like the American import version. Yeah. And I remember I actually started using it of all places. I used to do a kids comic called Max Finder, and it appeared in Owl magazine. And I would do that. It was like the first place I did things completely digitally. And where I started exploring Manga Studio / what became or is originally Clip Studio. And it was amazing. Like just like it's a program built for building comics, basically. Yeah. You know.
Which I've really learned how to use.
Which I do not know how to use. Like I bare bones it so hard. Yeah,
I don't know.
Whenever I see Eric, I'm just like, "Hey, Eric, if you just did this right," he's like, "I don't got time. I don't got the bandwidth.
I don't got time to learn."
I'm just like, dude, you literally hit this button, it'll just do. No, I got
time.
Better. I'm on your side, pal. I'm the same way. I'm like that. The crudgingly. I'm the same way.
I remember every year we do a raid retreat where we go to a cottage and we just go there, chill out, create, draw. And I remember one year Marcus, like the big-hearted guy that he is, Marcus Stowe.
What a sweetheart.
He was like, "Hey Eric, I could do like a tutorial session with you. Like I could teach you the ins and outs of Clip Studio." And Eric's like, "Not today, buddy. I don't got the bandwidth." Like, just like
what?
I've got drinking to do.
I got drinking to do. Sorry, buddy.
Well, I was being honest. I could have said, "Yeah, sure, let's learn together." No, I'm like, I only got a certain amount of space in this brain.
Oh,
you know what? What would if I knew all these programs? I mean, what would you make fun of? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but imagine all these things you get done like 10 times faster.
I'm traditional.
I'm traditional in the digital world. I agree with Vedder. I'm on your side, pal. I struggle with learning new stuff like that. Like it's not necessarily struggle. It's more just like I don't like. It's just so much for my brain to handle. Like it's just.
Well, it's like I learned. I learn enough of the tools that I need, and I'm like, that's pretty good. And then I kind of like, what is it, Jimmy rig it, or just kind of figure a way.
Oh, jury rig.
Excuse me. And I'm like, oh, I got a way that I can completely do this in my way. Like, you know, I draw all of the frames for comics in Photoshop when I know it's in Clip Studio. You have it all set up. But this part of it is kind of gives me great pleasure to see Ramon shake his head going, I don't, like, what planet are you from? I'm like, I'm from the planet where I don't listen to anyone.
Man.
It's all right. Don't listen to Sheldon 10 times faster. What is he doing?
I'm the same way. Like, I still don't know that whole, like, Marcus tried to show me that too at the raid retreat. And he did show me. It's me saying try to, is me trying to absorb it. But the whole, like the actual point of that program is doing the panels using.
Oh my God, yeah.
But I remember with Ramon, I was like, when I was doing Widaw, the first 6 page or whatever in raid 3, I'm like, dude, I don't know how to. He goes, just do what you stroke your stupid ellipse. Just do it. And I was like, thank you. Yeah.
It's fine. It's entertaining.
It's fine.
It's like I don't really need it yet, so I'm not really gonna learn it. You know, I got no room in my head.
That's where I get all the gray hairs from. Just like Eric's stubbornness.
Well.
Oh man, that's just too funny. Fuck.
Oh my.
Nice Daniel S'more. He's a cooking.
This is good though. We definitely need to do this. This is great. I'm sitting down trying to figure shit out.
That's what we're here for.
Getting made fun of. It's okay.
Yeah, it's inspiring.
Oh, look at that, Dax. Woohoo!
But
Widaw. There you go.
Awesome, buddy. When's that coming out?
Oh, it's tomorrow. It's finished. It's finished.
Kickstarter? You're double downing on your success. 200
pages. Tolkien wrote it. It's good.
Ooh, love it.
Yeah.
So, is there any things that you can promote, Dax, or talk about that you're working on outside of Forest Folk?
No, like my work, other than Forest Folk has been all encompassing. Work is an NDA that hasn't been announced yet. So,
sounds juicy.
Yeah, it is.
Anyone
amazing.
that you can talk to about who you're working with at all, or who's working on it? Is there anyone you can talk to about, like if you're working with anybody or a company or anything, or? They're all NDA, like you can't say.
Well, no, I can say it's not an NDA to say I'm working with Marvel.
Okay.
It's Dax is joined the big boy club, so it's definitely the biggest job I've had in my career, status wise, in the sense of like the.
Is this your first time working with Marvel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice,
dude. Congrats, man.
So it's very cool, and they've been awesome to work with, like really awesome. Not that I thought they'd be dicks or anything, but like, you just assume it's corporate and it's like, you're one of a million people, but like the editor I'm talking to and everybody that's been involved with, from billing to whatever, has been super awesome. Like, we seem to be a small group, but it feels very, very cool.
That's awesome, buddy. Congrats.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when they announce it. I'm super pumped to be able to kind of talk about it and tweet it and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully people like it. But we will see. Yeah, we will see if they'll like it.
I actually know what it is, so it is awesome.
I kind of know, but I'm like trying to play.
Yeah,
you're
being coy. No, it's. I can't wait till the world to hear what this is.
The world.
And it's actually cool because I know a few people doing a few of these projects. People are in store for some amazing art coming from this new work from these great creators. It's fucking killer.
It'll be cool.
Jealous.
It'll be cool.
Yeah. All Great. I think I'm almost done my inks here. This went way faster than I anticipated.
Nice work, dude.
Maybe I'll draw something else for fun. I got half an hour. What's that? What about for fun?
For
Let's see what we
fun.
have here. I know, right?
Why don't you try and do like a Dragoneer?
Dragoneer? What's that?
I don't know. That's what I'm figuring out.
Let's see what I can pull up here.
This rum is delicious, man. It has like a banana, sweet banana flavor to it. Very fascinating.
Oh, interesting.
I
Okay.
think George Spanos, one of the part 1 of 3 of the War with Art crew.
And when's that relaunching, guys?
Yeah, we're talking about it. I think Sheldon's holding us up like always, right? So we'll get back to that. We really enjoy doing that. We've just been so slammed, and we coming into the TennoCon months, like in July 16th, is it 17th? Is TennoCon, and that's our yearly show we do with the work, and it just everybody's so slammed, and he's in charge of the sound department there, so they're always so busy with stuff when it comes to these things. So, but we talk about it. It's been chat. We actually almost set a date to do one, but life happens. So,
for sure.
But we'll get there. Oh, look at this. What do you got over here?
This is I just keep a digital sketchbook for like whenever I just want to draw shit and I don't know what. So this is just a bunch of random shit over the years.
This is sounding like you're not doing a Dragoneer.
Yeah, it's like some fun stuff over the years I've done with. Here's actually all the caricatures of raid members over the years for Raid 2.
I found the beard one that you did of me. Oh man, I was laughing my ass off.
Those are ridiculous, man. Holy shit!
So talented.
Yeah, I started when I first graduated. I did a lot of caricatures for.
I can tell who everyone is. That's amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
wow.
Actually, here's for the Stillwater piece. Here's some early Stillwater designs. Here's Daniel.
Inside peek.
Yeah, playing around just with some sketches. Here's Ted. A little bit disproportion there on this one here, but
guess what? Nobody cares. It looks good.
You play around, you figure it out. There's
it's like Courtney Cox.
Mom. Oh yeah, I kind of based Daniel's mom on a young Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
And then Bruce Springsteen video.
I guess a little character I had for a while called Angry Onion. It was a garlic.
Look at all these unfinished products. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there's just like all these weird things over the years.
In the mind of Ramón Perez.
They look great, dude.
Yeah. This is a piece I never finished. I love Starjammers from Marvel. And I'd love to actually get this one done. I actually inked it traditionally, so there is an original that exists. And I want to color it up and do a nice print. Because I love space opera. And then this was a series actually that I was supposed to do the art for called, what the hell is it called? Hot Girls or something? Or no, Bad Girls.
I got the title. Hot Girls.
Bad Girls. And it actually came out with another artist because I was taken off the project due to just my schedule. It's random stuff over the years. T-shirt designs, art things, kookaburra things, Raid T-shirts.
Oh, man.
Raid bots.
I love that Raid logo, man. That's still
that was fun to do.
You killed that one, man.
Great.
You also did the Arden logo, the one I'm wearing, which is
cool. And then I got my
Love
Calavera Kid logo is speaking of nicknames, right there.
Nice, that's right.
So yeah, all kinds of stuff. The lady with the Beauty and the Beast piece.
Aw,
just some random. Oh, my Payaso clown.
Oh man.
Hawk from.
Hey Dax, why are you not making fun of the Ramon showing 700 pieces of art? Thanks, Rob, for the War with Art link. That's awesome, buddy. Yeah, I designed that, so watch out, Design World.
Woo! Oh, you did? I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it has a special place in our art. We'll get there. I think COVID really messed up with us because, as everybody, holy shit, but we just really liked getting into, like, we would go over to George's house and record, and it was about being together and talking. We tried a couple over Skype, and it's just not the same. And the sound, George is a consummate professional. He's very, very good at what he does. So, like, he wants the sound quality amazing and everything, right? So, like, I get it. When we're at his place, he's got all these sound mics and everything to hook us up with, and headphones and everything, and so it sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's all him. Whereas over Skype, it's like, or any program, it's like, it's all tinny, and he's a pro, right? So he's like, bothered by it. So
makes sense. No. Well, now everybody's like, you guys are all vaxxed or have your first shot, you know.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
You can get into the comfort zone of, you know.
So we got 20 minutes left, eh? Wow, look at that. That's
time flies.
Should we, as we work on this, would we call it a podcast or live stream? What do we call it?
I think it's just a live stream. Podcasts have a topic.
yeah.
So it's a drink and draw. It's a drink and draw. Like
I don't have space in my head for a topic. All right, I want to.
Speaking of, like, it's like the Great Drink and Draw podcast with Dave Johnson and the Urban Barbarian.
We could. This last 20 minutes, I don't know if we want to take some questions or something. Or,
I mean, people can ask away anytime.
Yeah, that's true. I know we kind of mentioned, Carl Kerschel with his abominable Charles Christopher Kickstarter, which is already funded. Amazing, good for him.
Yeah, he killed it.
That's amazing.
And I know Andy Belanger, his Mother Trucker, was good. I think he's working on a second one.
Yeah, I think he's launching his second campaign very, very soon.
Oh, wow.
I might be doing some art for a pinup or a cover.
Nice.
Might be showing up. We'll see.
Just seeing Sarah's question here. Merch, Stillwater merch. That would be the area you have to talk to Skybound. That's their department, unfortunately. I can't. I don't think I have the liberty to create Skybound. I would say Skybound. Stillwater merch. What would we create though? How do you represent an immortal what do you call it? A comic book? Like, do we have I don't know, let's think of some cute slogans. Who knows? One thing I want to get back to is I used to do Pinup Girls or My Girl Friday.
Well, I remember that. Those were amazing. That was one of my first experiences of seeing your stuff.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was the girl stuff, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Well, I love doing that. I'd like to, once again, time.
Time. Who's that picture of you're working on there, fella?
I don't know. It's an old one that was just sitting in my sketchbook, so I thought I always like the hair on this character. I don't know why. I don't know who she is or whatnot, but I thought she was kind of...
we saw a couple questions come up here. Oh, right on, Mama.
Oh, thanks, Sarah.
It's nice to hear.
Awesome.
What to have in your Kickstarters? Oh, that's a Ramon and Dax. I have not done one, so
to be honest, we were playing it by ear. I think Dax and I talked a lot as well with and Sam Noir, another member of Raid here, was very much involved. And trying to figure out the levels of our Kickstarter campaign. And I think what we really relied on was, would we want what we're creating? That's the way I looked at it. I'm not sure if Dax feels the same way, but it's we didn't want to put out garbage. We didn't want to put out stuff that was just like filler. So we tried to give things that were special or unique, and things that if we were backing a campaign, we'd be excited to get, whether it was original art or like a sticker set or a static cling or whatever it might be. Like, our primary goal is to obviously make the book as amazing as possible. But at one point, you can only do so much to make a book look great before it becomes ostentatious in what you start adding onto the book. Like, we could have done a gold foil cover for Forest Folk, but it might look kind of silly, right?
Mm-hmm.
but I think like for us, I think just the cool things that we would love to have ourselves. And I know like when Dax and I were talking early on, he wanted a static cling, and I totally was all, I was like, I get it. I had those too. Those are awesome. And, so you hope that just translates to your audience, I think. And, that's the way I looked at it anyways. And we also tried to be like value, right? Like with the tiers too. Like we wanted to make sure that people felt they were getting their money's worth if they were backing a certain tier, whether it's original art or a sticker or a pinup or whatever it might be, right? It's hard to gauge what people will like, I think, And I know actually one thing we were both surprised by, Dax and I, like, in our research, we found that T-shirts weren't that popular, but the Forceful Kickstarter campaign has been just like killing it with T-shirts. Like they've been flying off our virtual shelves.
Yeah, I was
crazy.
I will say, like during the original meetings when Ramon was, we would have these discussions of like, hey, what do we want to do? And I was like, I want to keep it, simple. I feel like too much it can, I know how I am when I look at things like that. And if it's just not right in my face, or if it's not easy, I'm not going to do it. So he's like, yeah, for sure. And then we were discussing, but then this is where I discovered Ramon's design side. Like he kind of just on his own
acumen.
On his own, he just kind of, it was basically, I think he waited until the last minute, didn't even tell me he was doing it. Basically the tier list, it was probably 2 nights before, and the tier list were being finalized. We have this like, set up like email Bandcamp thing where it's like, boom. And Ramon was doing so much work and setting it up that, I was just kind of saying yes to all this stuff that was coming in. I'm like, yeah, it looks fantastic. And then it might even have been the day it launched, I saw that there was a T-shirt tier. I'm like, what? He made a shirt?
I think it was the day before. I think because it was like, I think the T-shirt tier, if I recall, was around $60. Am I right in that, or around $45? I can't remember.
It's 60. Yeah, it's a $60.
It's a $60 tier, and I think what it came down to was we had a bit of a gap in our tiers, right? Like financial, like from a dollar standpoint,
right?
And I was like, we need something, and I'm like, what can we put there that is value of that amount, basically? And I was like, a T-shirt would be good. That kind of fits it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But I was apprehensive because I was like, T-shirts are a lot of work. They don't necessarily do well. And but yeah,
I literally, when I saw it, I was like, well, it's, forget it. That's a battle. I'm not gonna argue it. It is what it is. And then turns out literally right away, like all my friends that have been super supportive, like the first thing they all said was, T-shirt, I want a shirt. Oh my God. Like I'm at my friend's pool, and like all I hear is like, oh, the T-shirt is so amazing. Oh, I can't wait to get the shirt. And then like everyone is just raving, and I'm like, we're seeing the numbers coming on the T-shirts, and like, oh my God. So that's why we started doing just more. Like we started saying it'd be kind of fun to have like a new T-shirt a week kind of thing, because it's easy to do and it gives people the option, right? Like
exactly.
Yeah. So it went from.
And I just made up. I was just like, I don't know what to put on this. I think I had some stock art that you created of Filbert.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, I'm like, Filbert for Prez. It just seems like something that character would do. I don't know, in my mind. And then I think I sent it to Dax like literally the night before, and I'm like, we can change this. I just did it because we need something there. But if we can come up with something better before we launch, let's do it. Because I didn't want to put words in your character's mouth. Like I didn't want to feel like I was writing your character.
Yep.
But you were on board. You were like, yeah, it fits, and we did it. And everybody loved it. It was hilarious. Super awesome.
Filbert shirts did really well, and it's been a great experience, this Kickstarter. It's been exhausting. I can't imagine how you guys are feeling too, but it's
good idea, Mama Deadhead. I got to throw out some good merch ideas. Sorry to interrupt there. I just seen the comments.
Yeah.
But I think it just, and we actually reached out to the public too, asking them what kind of things they'd like to see as well. So we got a little bit of input. and try to, you know, heed it as best as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I have no idea what this character is. Sometimes you just draw a character, and then the next thing you know, like the story starts to develop around them, and you're like, "Oh yeah,
Yep."
You know,
That's how force happen.
that's how you suddenly get 15 different ideas and 15 different stories. You're like, "Oh, I'll do this one in 2020. I'll do this one in 2026. Yeah, I got time." It's like, yeah, no, not at all.
You got any? You're talking about sci-fi epics and stuff, Ramon. Do you have anything that you wanted to work on eventually?
Well, I mean, I know you're leading me there.
What?
I do have.
I'm a pro at this stuff. All right. This,
you know,
I'm
I'm trying to be realistic, basically, in what I can do, because you know, I can see why so many artists like Chip or Scotty Young transition into writing, because you can do so much more in such a shorter amount of time. Whereas with art, it's so physically involved.
Oh yeah.
It you know, like I know most comic book writers will spend about a week or so on a script per issue. Whereas most artists will spend a month to a month and a half on an issue.
Yeah.
Right. So it's tough to you know, do all the projects we want to do. And yeah, so like my goal is like, and I hate things on being unfinished. So my goal is Kukuburi.
Totally.
I want to get off the ground and into people's hands, like physical books this year, and also start updating the comic online again, even if it is like smaller updates that are more feasible, but actually start doing that. And then in 20, I've also in the meantime been also working on my script for a graphic novel, which the studio here is being fantastic for. Let's see if I have anything from that. Like my character with it, which I did in Raid 1, which was Payaso, which is like a clown, right? So cool. I know it's kind of, I have this weird love of clowns. I don't know why. I know most people are like hate them or are fear clowns.
That drawing, that character, like you draw him so well, though. It's awesome.
But let's see here. Like he's
drawing
just,
to the melancholiness of it, or the
yeah, he's kind of like the old Stoneface, old Buster Keaton. And I love the idea of doing a full comic with like as a silent comic. One of my favorite comics growing up was, I don't know if you guys remember this comic. It was a G.I. Joe special, and the whole issue was just Scarlet, Snake Eyes, and is it Shadow the White Ninja? Was that his name?
Storm Strike, wasn't it, or something?
Storm Shadow.
Yeah.
I think Storm Shadow sounds right.
Yeah, and the whole issue was silent, and I just loved it so much. So
That's pretty cool.
I want to do this whole comic, and I kind of did that a little with Tale of Sand because that's a very visually driven comic as well, graphic novel. So I'd like to actually revisit that. So I'll be working on a full graphic novel script, which I hope to be done by the end of the year and start drawing by the new year, with the idea of kickstarting that by late fall 2022.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I do have some sci-fi stuff too, because it's just, I also have like a crime noir graphic novel. I've been, I pause it every so often and work on it for a year. You know, you get your passion is shifted and switch, right? So you kind of sometimes go where inspiration takes you, right? So like, I don't know, here's some ideas from like, so these are old designs from like years ago, but just for a sci-fi, you know, here's one of my favorite characters. I constantly revisit, you know, so there's stuff happening. I'm developing, I'm playing, and when the time is right, this is the lead character from one of them.
Awesome.
So when the time is right, things will get done. It's just, you know, you bide your time and you hope for the best, right? But I'd like to launch something in a little bit more feasible with the sci-fi, like maybe like a 40-page book, black and white book a year, basically. That like a band Disney album, that sort of thing. So you're not going, it's my 500-page epic. It's like, no, it's 40 pages. It's coming out this year. Next year will be the next chapter, 40 pages or 60, whatever it is. And you just keep it realistic instead of this grand opus that, I mean, it might become one, but you don't start off with that in mind, right?
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of the new motto I'm taking. So
I like it.
You know,
Rob gave us a little heads up. We got 5 minutes left.
5 minutes. Well, it was a pleasure, gentlemen. You know, it's our first time out, but you know, and
I got definitely. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, if people want to see certain things, maybe it would be great to hear comments as well, like input. Like, I know we're just doing this to entertain ourselves, but we really want the audience, the people, you know, participating, to get involved. So if you'd like to see, you know, us, you know, more process tips as we're working, or, you know, I don't know what. Like, we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants here, as we always do.
Yeah.
But, you know, all input is welcome, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
You know.
This will morph and change. And
And are you guys planning on having a guest every week, or is it going to be just...
I don't know.
We don't know. I think it's a good idea. It brings something fresh, but, you know, it's also... it's hard to find guests every week, too, right?
That's true.
I think what it'll come down to is, I think if it's, maybe it depends on like what stage I'm at, say on like, I'm just sketching some ideas here, right? But like, say I want to like finish an illustration and I want to spend a lot of time on it, so I want to focus on it. Maybe that'll just be you and me on that one, where we're just kind of shooting the shit and it's a lot quieter.
Maybe,
I don't know.
or we could do every other week or something. Like, you know, we have a lot of great raid members, right? So it's a great way to introduce people to the great people we have at the studio. Because the cool thing about being part of a large studio like Raid is you're always having fresh faces coming in.
True.
And just bringing new personalities, new styles, different ideas. And it's been great. Like, during COVID, we've unfortunately our numbers diminished due to obviously the quarantines and the lockdowns, but we actually gained a few members as well, and new faces that actually, you know, like, for example, Sam Noir, who has helped us on our Forceful Kickstarter. Like, he is such a indispensable, supportive individual. Like, he has been nothing but amazing on this campaign. And the Cauldron guys, like, Sam also works with a bunch of different artists and they do produce their own horror comic called Cauldron. Shane Heron is also a member here, and then you guys have like Scott Hepburn or Andrew Dorland, and just like so many talented people here. So I'd love to actually have them on as maybe our first guests to actually introduce people to the new faces here at Raid.
Totally.
And then eventually, we can reach out to our friends in the industry and just open up dialogues, keep it casual. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I don't know if we have to keep it right to 10 minutes, but let's go. Let's see where's everyone get to with their drawings. Let's show the crew where are we at here with Dax. Oh, there's Ramon's. All right.
I don't know. This is the new cover to Stillwater. I've changed my mind completely.
Nice.
It's funny because, like, when I draw more naturally, I always revert to a more cartoony style.
Dax, that looks cool, man.
Yeah,
see Joseph saying coloring is Joseph saying. Keep that in mind.
Wicked, dude.
That looks great, Dax. That's fantastic.
That's above and beyond, my friend. That's wicked.
Well,
you're hating yourself right now.
No, I'm actually enjoying. You know, I haven't done a slow grind piece in a very long time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to kind of just go with it and see where it kind of.
Yeah.
I'm usually I'm so used to Force Folk being quick and done.
So I'm just kind of playing around with ideas here, and
it's
nice to get my my fingers dirty on a piece of paper again. But just playing with the armor and ideas. But whatever.
Let's get
just sketching.
You ever work with a light box, Eric?
Yep, totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, it's curious.
I have one beside here. Like I said, literally, I'm like, what am I doing tonight? Oh, I know. I'm gonna start working on designs. So
yeah, I like how I'm behind the logo. I'm just behind this weird logo here.
Yeah, but when there aren't multiple people on, you'll be. I noticed that too.
Yeah, I mean, we could turn that off too. Whatever.
You could also.
We're keeping it on.
No, it's great logo. Maybe it can go in the bottom right corner or something.
Yeah,
so that,
we'll figure it out. There you go. Or Rob can just remove it. Boom.
Well, that was pretty fun.
That was fun, guys.
Pretty excited about doing this.
I am honored to be on the inaugural launch of Makeshift Mondays with you guys. You guys are great, and you're amazing, talented individuals and friends of mine. And it's a pleasure to be honest with you guys.
Well, thanks for being on here, dude.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Dax. So proud of you, what you've done with Forest Folk. I'm excited and proud of Raid, Ramon, all the work you're doing there.
Fantastic.
So I can't wait to see what this year brings for everybody.
Yeah, and a big thank you to Rob, who's been running the show behind the scenes.
Yeah,
thanks, Rob.
He's been killing it. Thank you so much, buddy. And
love you, Rob.
Also a big thank you for Kyle, who did our intro and the music as well, the original music for that.
It's so good. It's good.
Yeah, we're super happy.
Kyle.
And
awesome.
Thank you all the people that tuned in and asked questions and talked. I mean, Mama Deadhead seems to be a very serious Stillwater fan. So
yeah, she's awesome. No, she's been super supportive of the series. So thank you for showing up, Sarah. Thank you so much.
And everybody else, Joseph and everybody else. Yeah, and all the Raid peeps. You guys are awesome.
And what was I going to say? And at the end of this episode, we're going to leave up a QR code to the Forceful Kickstarter for anybody who's interested in checking that out before it's
3
done.
days.
It wraps this Thursday, so
3 days.
Let's make some amazing.
I think
stuff happen.
Ramon or one of you guys take a screen grab of this, so it's like, hey, this is the end of the first episode.
Okay, we could do that. It'll live forever though on YouTube, or at least for a while. Who knows?
It's going to be on YouTube forever.
Yeah. All right, dude. Let's wrap it up. Good night, everybody.
Right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for everyone that came along, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Draw long, live happy.
He's never coming back.
I'm never coming back on again. I gotta go. See you later, guys.
See you, everyone. Take care of yourself.
Ciao.
Nice. That's fantastic.